Hi guys! So happy to be back. I think this is my first week back by myself. And Rocco's almost 3 months old. So I think it's about time. I have all of this amazing jewelry in front of me. We had a ton of fun designing this week. We each did, me, Ainsley, Jean, and my mom all did a set. And I really love how they all play together. They're super cool. Each of them definitely has their own feeling. So it's not like you're getting 4 of the same type of necklace. They're all each very different and really cool. So also I'm wearing all the jewelry or some of the jewelry from last week. This one, there are still 3 left of, I believe. And this one comes with earrings as well. This one was sold out. We're trying to see if we can make more of those. The earrings came with this. Ainsley's got on some of the stuff too. So when she comes on, we can show what she's wearing. Super exciting. We have design mix, just one design mix today, right?
And so there's a specialty pendant mix and a design mix, both.
Oh, cool. All right, let's see. I haven't even seen these yet. This will be awesome. So I wonder, did you load these up yet, Ains? All the items and stuff? Today is so beautiful. It's like every amazing shade of blue and green that you could ever imagine. So this is going to be awesome. Oh, this way. Wait, so we have a design mix and a pendant?
Yeah.
You said?
What's the pendant?
Where's the
mix?
pendant one?
It's on that green slab right next to you.
This is pendant. What's that?
The green slab with all the brass pieces. So there's a
You
couple
mean
of
the
bead
purple and
caps.
green?
No.
This
that
one?
Yeah, it's purple.
Purple and green?
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe you mixed it up
I
in your
did.
head.
I must have-
Because there's this
Because I was
one.
like, that's the design
I
mix.
just pulled the green
She's
slab.
like,
I forgot
no,
to
what
put
are
the
you
design
talking
mix
about?
on there. Yeah. No, I'm not colorblind, just memory challenged.
That would be very impressive if you were colorblind because you're so good with colors. She just goes based off of a feeling.
Yes. I feel vibrations of the colors.
You never know. You never know. So that's going to be really cute too. I'll give you guys better views of everything. Is there anything that we want to talk about in particular before we get started? Anything you guys can think of?
I would just say who's popping on and check out the comments and
Pulling up the comments
see
for
how
the first time.
everybody's doing this morning.
I'm not seeing. Oh, there we go. Oh, Mo's watching. Yay. Hi, Mo. Miss you. Mo's sleeping over at Mimi's house, which is my mom, obviously. Sweet. Aw, thanks, Mom. You're so nice. Food. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to show some close-ups. I'm going to start with just what's here already, which is jeans mix. So let's pull that up. Are we doing me in the quarter, or are we just doing me in the corner or the quarter?
We'll do the quarter.
In the third, yeah.
Okay, do you want to get that set up, Ains,
The,
over there?
Yeah,
It's
just
not-
let me know where to.
No, I mean like
Or you
here.
just have to click the right one. Oh, it's because we're not. Yeah.
Okay. So
Just her at the top, yeah.
I'm going to pull up the mix, which is...
Oh, I don't know why it's not doing it right.
Okay, I can't find the mix. I'm going to let you find the mix too, but I'm going to pull up the paints. I want to talk about the paints really quick, even though I'm not the one that designed the paint kit. But I can talk about how much I love it.
1 second.
Yeah, a little higher, a little higher. That's probably good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so jeans paints. Do you mind finding this too? The mix. Okay, sorry guys, I'm like off my game. But these paints are so gorgeous. and it's only a 6-piece. Today we've got neon blue, mermaid fin, and dragonfly wing. This is really fun that we have all of these blue tones together because they're very similar, but you'll get to see how they play together and you'll see all of their differences. On camera it'll be really cool to see how they are different, since from, you know, just normal eye you could think that those might be really similar, but they're not. Then we've got dragon's eye and primitive green and iridescent gold, which is one of our ultimate favorites. The iridescent gold is incredible. So lots of fun painting today. I'll be doing all the painting. I'm going to be doing most of the demoing today, and then Ainsley's going to show some cool things with her necklace. She did this really pretty knot on her necklace with a bunch of chain. So that was really cool. I love that. I love that so much. So looks like they're still looking for that product. So I'm gonna pull onto screen.
It should be up there now.
Just give me a second. I'll have to reload it again.
You're fine. I'm just gonna put this onto screen since it's not ready, which is totally fine.
All those
So-
pesky tags that we have.
Look at all this amazingness. I'll take a second to.
You can pop up whatever you want now.
Oh, okay. Also, do you mind pulling the camera towards this way a little bit? I had to scooch over. These I can honestly imagine wearing every single day. You designed these, right, Ains?
Yes.
These are so
kind of.
so lightweight and amazing. I love that piece as an earring in particular. So that was really gorgeous. Lots of cool chainmail on Ainsley's necklace here. How many jump rings does the kit come with? Like
41 or something like that.
Just to make the chain, right?
a lot. Oh, this probably took you a while. All that fun twirling and stuff. Did you make your own eye pins, obviously?
Yes.
Very nice. This one's mine. I should say mine and Mom's. And Sawyer's. Sawyer's idea was to put this in the middle, which I think was actually awesome. It makes it look super like heart of the ocean type of coral, super royal oceanic vibes.
Do you want to pop up the Fab 4 deal that we have for all of this jewelry?
Yes,
While we're
ma'am.
talking about the whole ball of wax.
Do you see where it is? Oh, and Ainsley's wearing that necklace from last week.
Is
which
that
we still
one
have a
tagged
couple of.
properly?
Maybe two.
I'm not
Ooh,
seeing it
I'm
in here.
having a hard time not just putting all of these earrings on. I love Jean and Ainsley's earrings the most this week. Like, I think they would be like staple pairs for me. Totally. I have 2 pairs of earrings in my kit, and Mom's earrings are so cool. I think that honestly I would make Mom's earrings into 2 more necklaces because they're so awesome. Here's Mom's jellyfish earrings, and they are so whimsical and so amazing.
She took forever to design that too.
She did, and so they're super carefully, thoughtfully made, and they're awesome.
That Fantastic Four is now popped up.
Yay, thank you. So Mom took my idea with the swirling of the head pin. And, oh, I could even show you guys with what that would look like, one of these with a hammer, too. Mom, you could have hammered the ends of those, which would have been fun as well. So that's awesome. Jeans, I'm going to be showing how to paint off of jeans. And yeah, I'm excited to get going. So let's see if I'm missing any comments. I need to make sure to keep an eye on you guys over here.
We've got a lot of talk about weather.
Ooh, yeah.
It's icy. It's chilly. It's beautiful today, but it is so brisk out.
And tomorrow's supposed to be severe weather warning.
Is it? More snow or ice or both?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying that close attention. I was like hoping.
Okay, really quick, what's this one called on your little rock? Jean?
That one is the specialty pendant mix.
There we go. Sea Garden. Oh, I like
Yes.
that name. That's so cute.
Yeah, so I was thinking about the bottom of the ocean where there's floral, flowers and seaweed and all that kind of stuff with the inspiration.
Yes.
But a lot of these pieces you can't get anywhere else. So they're very limited. We only have like 17 of these. And then there's a couple of our favorites like the flower bead cap and the seashells mixed in to give you like extra stuff to play with. I thought that either of those pendants would look really beautiful suspended from that swooping connector.
Yeah.
And these would be really gorgeous to paint.
I was gonna say,
Put crystals on maybe, some flatbacks.
most of these I haven't even seen
Yeah.
before, ever.
Yeah.
This one is so cool. When you get this in person, after you order, the little leaves, they're so realistic because they're bent and shaped, like really how a leaf would just be curling on the ground. So that's very cool. I love that. Yeah, not just flat. These are all very shapely and gorgeous. This would be an amazing just necklace and hanging chain down and stuff like that.
You could just put all fat crystals on it too.
True, that would be cool.
But those
Wow, I love
are
this.
a matched, like a mirrored pair. So they mirror each other. They're not two of the same.
I love it. So cool. Okay. So, let me do a switch. I'll switch back to full screen so you don't have to see me moving all the stuff. Okay, here's the finished. That's in front of me that you can see a little bit of. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Wait, no, I'm gonna do this. All right.
So what
I'm
are we
gonna
doing
steal-
first?
I don't know. I'm gonna get this set up. Let's see, what should we do first? I might as well let's just get mine out of the way quick. This is gonna be very cool. I have, if you notice on the necklace here, I've made some beads out of this filigree, and this filigree works incredibly for that. So I'm gonna zoom a little bit. And let me know what you guys think of the lighting. If this is too warm, we can change it, but I'll put that there. It's gonna be cool to see. All right, I think I have everything I need for it. Oh, I may just need a file.
Okay.
If
Yes.
somebody could get me one of those. Alrighty. Thank y'all. So I've got my filigree here, and it's a really gorgeous, super, super gorgeous, just flat, almost flat filigree. It comes with the sides bent up a little bit for wrapping purposes, but we're going to be making it into a bead, so obviously we can fold those down.
I thought that was a vintage bead
Oh, really?
that you found.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Hey. Yeah, Mom was like, we need to make a filigree bead, and so we tried a bunch, and this was our favorite that we came up with. So,
Love it.
all right, now we're gonna take our shears and just go down the center of
So,
this.
Lisa said this necklace is phenomenal. So much
Yay.
artistry.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, and your mom says we really loaded up on Fantastic Four today. We did.
Yes, sure did. Okay, and it's kind of like literally just like cutting paper. Just got to get to that center. There we go. As I
Don't
shoot
mind
someone in the
flying
eyeball
metal.
with a sharp metal shard.
It's like
No
the
big
movie
deal.
Bullet Ricochet.
Okay. So you can take this chance to shave down some of those sharp edges. Okay, this was my fault for not getting my stuff ready. Oh, here, I got it. Some side cutters. I looked over and Jean
I
had
didn't know you were doing
brought.
the beads. Otherwise
Yeah,
I
I
would
know.
have
I
more tools.
I was like I forgot about the bead, and that was like the
Like,
biggest
whoops.
thing that Mom wanted to show. So whoops. Sorry.
It's fun revisiting these techniques that we've done so forever ago again.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just flattening these all and prepping them. Okay. I got a text from Taya. I want to make sure it's nothing about the live. Oh, okay, good. Alrighty. Did I bring that last time? I gotta go backwards. All right. So now we're gonna use our vintage bail making pliers and just twirl that around the smaller side of this bail. And it almost reaches. It'll be about like that after you shape it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I used the smaller bail making plier for this. Mom always has a great, yeah, Ains, could you find me the smaller version of these? So Mom is the pro ring maker. She used to make spoon jewelry back in the day. And her pro technique tip is making the bail, like, or your barrel, I should say. You start smaller. So if you're kind of wondering if your shape isn't looking good, which I got this looking pretty good, but you can always start smaller around the smaller bail, and then you go to the next size up as you shape it out. So it's easier to push out than try and form it down, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Hopefully.
Definitely does.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and you know, when she was back making those rings, it's before they had the nifty tools that
Yeah.
they have today. I was like, whoa, that would have saved her so much time. They put them in, there's this like special thing that bends it for you.
Oh, wow.
Really cool stuff that they do now, but it was just like a hammer and a mandrel and some pliers. That's all she used. A vise sometimes too.
Like vice grip? Oh, wow.
Like you know, like the type that you put on a workbench.
Yep.
She'd hold a lot of pieces with the vise while she was filing them or polishing them, that kind of thing.
Well, Mom's just hardcore like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you have the new tools now. Awesome.
Ooh, who got their tools?
Oh, your mom was saying she has the new ones now.
Oh.
Cool. Wait, are you making rings? I have to like
Maybe she's
stalk
using
your
it.
page and see if you have.
Yeah, maybe she's using to shape her vintage stuff.
Maybe.
What else?
I love repurposing filigree. It's so versatile that way. And a lot of the designers would do that, the good ones, in costume jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
They would take something with their designer eye and reimagine it, which is what we're teaching you guys to do right now.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Yep.
Every week. Sometimes too, I take the chain nose plier and do that too. I fixed the opening with that as well. So yeah, these are your gorgeous filigree beads. On here I had glued on some rhinestones or some flat backs, and then I actually used our iridescent gold and just did a drip onto each of those, which I did it afterwards, but I think that it would be really cool to just do it first so you didn't have to worry about it dripping.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually pour all of my stuff out right here and show the rest. So let's do this. And there's 5 on each of these here. And I hope that this is going to show up. Maybe I think I'm gonna put it on this bench block and zoom in, see if that works to be able to see. It's a little cleaner right there. All right, let's see if we can zoom this in because these guys are real tiny. Yeah, that should be pretty good. I'll put a few out to get a good view. All right. Okay, now iridescent gold. So I've got Sapphire Abyss up right now, but I do want to keep the full Fab or Fantastic Four today up because I really want to stress how gorgeous they all are in their own way. So we want to give you guys the opportunity to buy them all together. So this is really cool because the iridescent, it's very transparent. So you're able to see a lot of the stone behind it and glow. So you'll still get that glow. So I'm just taking my head pin and pulling it down around the sides. And then if it pulls out, that's actually good because you can just swirl it around in that little pull and you can pull it out.
I love the way you can almost make your own AB.
Yeah, that's basically what we were trying to do. And I really love how it turned out. It kind of did this bulbing thing, which was really pretty.
You know what I thought, without looking at them closely, I thought they were glass opals.
Oh, awesome.
You know the faux ones?
Yeah, totally. That's really good news.
They're a lot more expensive than flatbacks. So
True
if you guys
that.
have some flatbacks that you want to repurpose, use your iridescents on them.
Okay, so I'm going to let those dry up a little bit. And yeah, they just are super glowy and pretty. And then obviously for your bead, you're just going to string your filigree bead we just made, and then string your last bead here like that. I had made a eye on the other side, so we've been really into making our own eye pins, so that's what you're going to do with this one. You can take that opportunity to make it a wrapped loop or a coil loop or just a regular loop. So that's kind of why it's fun to have that option. So there we go. And then you'll just glue around on each of these little openings. So that's super fun. Moving on to my centerpiece that Sawyer helped me design. I'm gonna zoom out so I'm not.
You know what they say about blind squirrels?
That's you?
Better than that.
What?
Me suggesting you put that in the center.
You're a blind squirrel?
Yeah, when it comes to this. I was joking.
What did you say it was? Eventually they find a nut?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I didn't catch that part. I'm also pretty slow when it comes to jokes, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I am too.
It always takes me like a year.
Sometimes people like joke and then they like just literally have to point it out to me.
Yeah, that's me literally 50%
Or I'll,
of the
like, be
time.
not paying attention, thinking about something
Yeah.
else. I'm like, wait, can you repeat the punchline? I wasn't listening. I was too inside my own brain thinking about a different thing while you were talking. I'm sorry.
So funny. We're a little bit La La Land over here.
It's okay. It just means lots of good creativity happens from
True.
craziness, right?
True.
Right.
We'll just put it that way.
That's what we're going with anyway.
That's what we tell ourselves over here.
Our favorite Loctite super glue. Ultra gel control. And then you're just gonna center that on there, which I probably should have done that first, so I had some time for that to dry, which I'll just move on to something else while I let that dry, and then I'll show you guys how to do this cool wrap, which was Mom's little thing she came up with. So that will be fun. Very easy. Super cool. All
I feel like
right.
This is such a beautiful piece, the whimsical spray that you're using.
Oh,
And,
yeah?
I love that you use it because I just did those earrings in the master class, which was a completely different use.
Oh, I didn't even, yeah, that's
yeah, and
totally
it's-
true.
Now people see 2 different ways to use it, which is great.
Very cool. Okay, so maybe Mom, you can comment if you're watching still, which you probably are.
She is. She's totally commenting it up, which is awesome.
Okay. Do you want me to show these techniques, or do you want me to just explain the paint on your little leaves and
I think
stuff?
she left one done and one undone.
Okay.
It looked like in there.
Yeah, it looks like there's some
Corey
undone
said
ones.
the snowflakes just got huge over here. So pretty.
Oh, that is pretty.
See, this is my theory. If it's cold, there must be snow because what is the point of cold
That's how I feel too.
if you don't have snow?
I prefer
Because
the
you
snow.
need the pretty white blanket in order to make you feel better about how cold it is.
Yes, that is true.
She says either is fine, so I guess it's up to you, however you're feeling. You can explain it but I love the nice
I'll do it.
organized little packet she left.
I
for
know,
you
that
there.
was so organized,
Very
Mom.
sweet.
Wow. These little guys keep rolling all over the place. See if I can look, I'm going to make a little bowl out of one of these. Get them to stay there. There we go. Our table's a little tipped, so. Alrighty. This is all the stuff Mom got out for me to demonstrate for you guys. So let me grab her necklace.
So these are, and maybe
earrings?
Wendy can fill in the details, but this kit features, these are vintage lucite, so they're not new. And then the seed beads are Tibetan, so there's kind of some really special components in Wendy's kit as well.
I'm just trying to decide if I like it better with the window open or not. Do you guys like how it's been looking so far on the screen?
I think are you feeling like it's getting too yellow?
It looked dark to me, but
Yeah, it doesn't look dark.
okay, that's good.
It was a little yellow, but it's not right now, so I think we're good.
Okay. Cool. Mom's jellyfish stuff. She's the best with this ocean gorgeousness.
Peggy says it can snow as long as it stays off the roads and sidewalks.
True.
Yes, that's my favorite.
They just need heated roads.
Yes, heated roads. That would be perfect.
That's awesome. Alrighty. Sorry guys, I'm a little slower today. I'm usually like, I don't know,
That's okay. Not
Popping
everything has
off.
to be breakneck speed, right?
Okay, mermaid fin, iridescent green, primitive, and the dragonfly.
Oh, iridescent gold, I think.
Yeah, did I say green?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Just
Maybe
for
I just have a serious case of mom brain. Maybe
Ooh, so
let's just say it's the whole time I'm nursing I get to be slow, which is gonna be a long time.
Okay, so Wendy clarified the lucite is from the designer Stanley Hagler jewelry line, and the seed beads are 50 years old from Tibet.
Those
So,
seed beads are so
really
cool.
special stuff in this kit.
Yeah, you get that awesome, cute little line of them. All right, so mom's trick all the time to make things really easy when it comes to painting techniques is making sure that you have at least one stain in there, which that is the primitive green this time. I wonder if I should zoom in at all. Maybe I will. I always like to show a little closer view of the painting techniques. Okay, so we're gonna pour each of these colors onto the one leaf. Oh, and mermaid fin. I almost
Karen
missed
said
that.
she's making pho.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I make that like once a week. Do you use...
She made peanut sauce for summer rolls. I'm jealous.
Yum.
Yeah, that's my type of cooking. I'm all about the Asian.
So good.
That's my go-to is Asian. I was talking to a lady at the grocery store and she said her thing is Mexican. So she was like trying to ask me, she's like, whoa, looks like you do this a lot because I bought like so much at the Asian market. But I do because that's just what makes sense to me. But some people are more like Mexican type of cookers or Italian. I'm sure Italian is huge. So mom was saying with this, she poured each of the paints on one of the leaves and then used it to just pour onto the next, which was really cool. Really cool way to kind of conserve your paint but also make this gorgeous technique. And I think I'm gonna, she probably did this too, but I'm gonna just go back and forth with it so you can just share the paint on either side, which is really fun. I think I know how you feel, Sawyer, with your big old hands and fingers. My hands feel huge today. Like, what the heck?
So a very, very long time ago, Steve made some jewelry. Crazy, right? But watching him do it, I was like, he was
That would
like,
be so
trying
difficult.
to pick up JR20s. I was like, oh, I didn't realize how much of an advantage I have of having delicate hands for picking up small
Yes.
objects and just like working with the fine motor skills. Just crazy because most of your like tools craftsmen like are men
Yeah,
that do all the fine engraving for making stamping tools.
true. I think they're just using mostly tools and not their
Yeah,
hands.
right? Not like just their
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I just added some more mermaid fin, or no, sorry, dragonfly wing onto that. But Mom, hopefully you like how those turned out. I love them. That was super cool.
Karen said, I am blessed. My former neighbor taught me how to make it. It takes all day though. It would probably be worth it, I think.
To make what?
The pho.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've got it down super quick. I wonder what type of magic you guys are brewing up, because it takes me
It
about
might be like
20
that,
minutes.
Super authentic.
Maybe she's making the broth from, I mean, mine's authentic, but I'm not making the broth from scratch, which she may be doing,
Yeah.
because I'm
that
using
could
a
be.
broth powder with
Yeah.
spices.
So, yeah, Karen, you came to the right place. She said, I have been in a creative slump. Hopefully I will be back creating soon.
Yeah.
The best way to get rolling is
Force yourself.
Engage with good content and then just immediately do it right after you've seen it.
Or
So,
during.
Like, yeah, or in the middle of. Like, I'll be watching a home improvement show and I'll, like, go get up, pause it, and go do something.
Okay. Paint.
Best
Demos.
choice.
Okay, so I think you did all of these colors too on the bead cap, Mom. This is so cool. We love to use this as a mushroom bead cap, or like mushroom cap topper thingy. And so this we're just dripping on, kind of going all around the base. Mermaid fin as well. Okay. So everything from the kit we're using except for the dragon eye and neon blue for now. This is fun to just keep on kind of adding. You can add more. This is it dry. So like you can keep on adding more layers. But I kind of want it really light because I love to see that bead cap through it. So I'll add some more primitive green. Alrighty. Let that dry over there. And that's gonna keep on kind of falling. You can play with it too a little bit. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. And then paint and roll the glass bead. I'm going to use this. I don't know if you did this, but putting it on a eye pin is awesome. You can use everything that fell off of that bead cap plus some more. I'm gonna make a little pile of paints and roll these beads around in it. So a little bit of each of them. Oh, that's fun that you guys are giving each other little ideas to get out of a creative slump. I don't know if my tactic is the best. Mine is just sit there and feel terrible while I push through it and just force myself to get through it. Although, actually, one thing that really gets me flowing is watching like YouTube videos of like anything that people are doing, even if it's like cooking. I love Korean street food videos are awesome. Just things to like boost your confidence, basically.
I like to switch
How pretty.
tasks between, like the thing that's puzzling me, if I can't get any further on it, I'll go do something
Yeah,
else
that you
that's
know you can get
unrelated.
done. Yeah, that's huge. Cool. So I'll do one more of those for fun, because why not? And again, with these, you can totally keep layering. I'm liking the more translucent effect since it is jellyfish. And obviously those guys are like the most translucent. Okay. That was super fun and easy. All right, I'm gonna do one of her swirly gigs. So I'm gonna take one of my beads from the little bead cap bowl. So you're gonna wanna string this first so that you don't have to worry about twirling that bead down through the spiral. Gonna get, actually, hers looks like, you know what, you can use either thing. You've got a few options here. Let me clean this up a bit since I'm going to be using, not needing the paint for a sec. So I'm gonna pull that out. So you can use any of these actually. You can use the bigger bail, the smaller bail making plier, or you can use the needle nose plier. Basically, just choose whichever is your most comfortable, and you're gonna make a swirl. Oop, I went to the wrong side. Here we are. So you can go down about here and just start swirling. So this is kind of nice to be able to swirl around, and you can just do it all right in the same spot. I'm kind of using the other side to hold that bead down out of my way. Oh my gosh, I'm like the worst with sensory. I'm doing this and there's all these pliers touching my elbow. I had to move them because I can't even deal with that. Okay, so again, hold that down while you kind of twirl it. I brought it back up to the top and then kind of bring it back lower again. And then once it's kind of all there, you don't have to worry about holding it down as much. You can pinch it with your finger. This definitely does not have to be perfect because we're gonna be undoing the coil. I personally like it less perfect. Mom's, yours looks really nice and perfect, but I'm gonna just keep on going with this imperfect look. If you were using a bail, it would be more of a one size thing.
I wonder if she used the really skinny
This one.
wire coiling pliers.
She may have used this,
Yeah.
which I showed as an option, but who knows? Maybe you can comment, Mom, which one you used. But yeah, I like I said, I do like, I'm not just saying that because I pulled that out, but I do like the non-uniform look.
Did we tell the ladies what a group of jellyfish is?
Oh,
Did we find out?
that was so cute.
That's so cute.
So mine and Scott's mixed name is Smack, and jellyfish are one of my favorite animals. That and lions, and that's what a jellyfish little
That's a group of
clan
jellyfish.
is called. A group of jellyfish is called a Smack, which is very cute. Okay, so when I do this, I kind of pull this down, so you're already kind of creating the shape of your spindle, like that. And then you're just going to pull.
Yeah, so Wendy said I used the thin coiled pliers when she did it.
Ooh, I should turn on my screen. Look, it's like moving trees back there. It's so cute. It just turned on because somebody was calling me, but I'm going to leave that on so we look like we're in a little forest. I'm going to take 2 of these pliers and pull. Like that. It's very satisfying. See, like, I think it's really pretty too when you have some that's tighter up here and then it goes down into looser. I think it adds to the whimsical nature of it. Like, maybe you do a couple like that and then you do a couple that are fully pulled out. Oh boy. I just pulled way too hard. I just don't know my own strength. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Since I just yanked that way too hard and ripped it apart, I'm going to use these still as part of the jellyfish, and I'm just going to make this top one into a loop.
Didn't you say you could hammer the bottom of it?
I did.
You could probably still put a bead on that if you wanted to. Like if you,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
That's a
Not
good
that you
idea.
have to do that, but
So what Jean was
if
saying
someone ran into
with
that.
this, if you rip yours apart like I did, just go slower when you pull yours apart. But you could put a bead, like a seed bead here, and then just hammer out the bottom and make a little paddle. So, oh, nice. Mom said to Taya to add more head pins to your kit in case that happens. So you guys should be covered.
We have a couple people commenting on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I've been trying the last couple weeks to like
Super cute still. Keep these.
Respond to people, but that means if you're having a rough time on Facebook, like it's cutting out or whatever, like your connection's slow, or even Facebook's just being weird, you could go to YouTube if you want to keep watching the live.
Peggy says
Hopefully you
miss
guys
Hulk-
heard him.
Yeah, Peggy says miss Hulk hands.
Oh
You
yeah,
just don't
well,
know your own strength.
yeah, because my hands are huge. Okay, so I have here a couple of pearl head pins, and these guys you can just string. You need the super thin head pin for this, since they're like those. A lot of those older seed beads are made with a really fine hole.
Yeah, tiny, tiny.
Yeah, really tiny. So yeah, that's just a regular string with those. Just string those on there. And then let me make sure I've covered everything else on this guy. Ooh, I love this like slight bend that you did. So this is another thin head pin, and she just did this really cute little crimp, just real loose little bend. So I love that too. Yeah, that looks like about it for the earrings, and then you just add them all together. That is the perfect jellyfish bead, by the way. So you got 3 little crimps with a bead, all at different sizes, and the way you can control those lengths is by coiling the top more or less. Look, this one also has a little crimp, so you can crimp that after you string it, and then you got one long chain to match your necklace chain. So really a complicated looking, but super easy to do. Love those techniques. All right, now for the bead cap, jellyfish bead cap. I'll quick string it all together and then explain what's going on here. I'm gonna use one that's not painted because those are still drying. That's why Mom prepped some for me. All right, so for the main portion of the jellyfish, we're gonna make our own eye pin. I'm just gonna do a regular loop on the bottom, but that's your opportunity to make a coil or a wrap, whatever you decide. Okay, and then you're gonna string your glass bead, and then this is the magic part, the kind of magic for constructing your jellyfish, is adding the next bead cap. This bead cap is really cool. It looks like little bubbles, and then also it has little spots for you to hang your what do you call them? Tendrils? Is that what they call them on jellyfish?
Oh.
Probably.
I think so.
That's a good question, but it sounds right. Or tentacles? No, that's an octopus.
Squids.
I don't know. Good
I think it's
question.
tendrils.
So we love this when this happens. We do spend a good amount of time like making sure everything is working together perfectly. Like we'll go through many different components to make sure we're coming up with the right thing to work together perfectly for the technique. So we're doing a lot of your time for you. because with this, Mom has this bead cap and it is just the perfect size where the little holes just pop out perfectly right there. So then we're just gonna do a regular coil loop on the top, which I won't do right now for time, but you'll just be hanging all of your cool spinnies and chain drops off of each of those little ends of the bead cap, which I thought was really satisfying when it fits so perfectly together like that. So you've got swirls here and then down the center. So each of the outsides is a swirly eye pin. And then down the center here, we've got 4 of those gorgeous lucite leaves, and you just hang it every 2. So you'll do, actually this one's 1 in between here, then you'll hang, and then you've got 2 in between and then hang a leaf, and then 2 in between again and hang a leaf. And then you even have some leftover chain, so you can make it longer if you want. But I love that. That's so pretty. Mom did an amazing job on this. I am gonna take a chance quick and hammer the end of this so you guys can see also what one end looks like hammered. So I'll move this bead up a little bit. Okay, I'm making a mess, guys. Move some of this stuff. Okay.
So all of these are brass-based wire with plating on top of them. Is that correct? Hematite for the black
Hematite
metal
and
then
rose gold looks like.
So they're strong. They're going to hold their shape really well.
So with these, I would do it before. I'm just gonna do it on it when we're already kind of through with making that so we can see what it looks like. Otherwise, if I crack the bead, don't yell at me because you shouldn't do this right now. You should do it before. Okay, let's see how I can hold this on screen. I'm gonna go like that. I'll protect it with my thumbnail so we destroy my nail first before.
Do you want to put the jellyfish necklace up on the?
Oh, sure. Jellyfish is
Oh, we're working on
called
it.
Jellyfish Montage.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So that's how cute that can look too if you hammer the bottoms, which I did that last week. So that looks really nice too. If you want to get rid of your eye pin or head pin at the bottom and make it a paddle.
I always like when we do nature-inspired things because people, or especially like animals, because people have lots of cool facts about
Oh,
them that they're
yeah.
sharing. Like they're not, like they've reclassified them, calling them sea jellies instead of jellyfish because they don't have bones. Really interesting.
Oh, that's kind of lame. I like the name jellyfish. I'm just going to keep saying that.
I think it's like, I think we can use our imagination a little bit, right? Like a seahorse, isn't right?
I like it. It's not a horse, let's be clear.
Keep calling it that, right? But it's
That's
cool.
funny.
At least the head.
And then someone said that sea jellies sound like something to eat. and
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
does
Makes
sound
me
good.
Want, like jelly candies, like gummies.
That is hilarious. Okay, so here I was just double checking how many. So you're going to turn this over and you've got 2 little rows of leaves and then you'll go in between the second and third row of this to, and the way I did that was I kind of started to tuck the one side, which I'll tuck it behind. Make sure I'm doing this right.
Ooh, Lisa says she has jewelry in a dive shop.
Oh,
That's fun. So you probably have a lot of ocean inspired.
yeah. You should make a ton of these jellyfish earrings. That would be so cool.
How about a sand dollar? I guess that was was from back when most dollars were coins. Yeah, probably.
Oh, true. That's a good point. All right, so I've got that all lined up. I've started to tuck the second and third row, so right in between those rows. And all you have to do is kind of pull those leaves to the side and bring them up through. That we're going to bend up, and you'll see I'm doing most of this with my hands. So it's very easy. Very easy technique. Then I'm going to pull it around, and you'll see that start to touch there. Now I'm going to take my chain nose, move these away from my elbows again since I hate that. Let's get this one. Then I'm just going to take my chain nose and kind of guide that through the hole. And then pull that closer. I think I need to give myself a little more space. So I'm just going to pinch this around tighter. So this guy, I'm just going to make sure I pull up and around a little bit more. Okay. Now all you need is just a little bit to curl it up through. And you can pinch with your hand as well. This is so hard to do when it's like far away from me.
Do you want to switch to full screen
Well,
so you can pull it back?
I think if I just bend over like this, and if I move out
You
of
just,
the
like,
top screen.
hunch
Yeah, I
over
always
and
have to
completely
hunch.
destroy your spine and shoulders. It'll be okay, right?
Exactly. Okay, that's starting to come through there. And then you just pull that little end and twirl it up through the loop. And then you can,
It's cool that it's just the
Flip it down.
perfect size for that, right?
it is. And then you can kind of guide that however you think looks best. If you want it more centered. Oh, you know what? This is what I did. I did it the opposite way. So this fern kind of curves a little bit. So make sure the curve curves down, if that makes sense. Can you see the difference between those two? So if you start with the curve down, it will be a lot easier. But either way works. So yeah, there's the centerpiece. Love that. Cool.
Did you change the kit?
Oh. Thank you. Sapphire
Monkey
Abyss.
texted me.
Sorry. I told you guys I'm off my game. Alrighty. You wanna know what I feel like? I feel like on Zootopia, the the sloth on Zootopia when he's at the DMV thing or whatever. Like, I don't know what my problem is today. I meditated a little too long this morning. Alright. Jean's stuff. And you're just fine with me just doing the paint technique for this? Or
Well,
do you
I
want me to
think-
clip it too? Cut it?
Yeah, I think we'll show that.
Sure.
I can swap in if you want me to for any of it, but that's up to you.
Okay. Maybe I will have you do that so I can slap myself in the face a little bit to get myself going a little quicker.
Get some caffeine, go.
Like, what the heck? I'm not even tired though. Here, I'll at least get this
Set up.
a little
Maybe
prettier.
I'll run to the bathroom quick.
There you go. I'm gonna get this looking a little prettier for Aunt Jean while she gets ready. I loved this bracelet that she did. It's so like Northern Lights looking. So pretty. And I think she's gonna use all of the paints from the kit as well, which is awesome. I wanna look at your guys' comments right now. Yeah, and more dessert water, Peggy. I love that you know what I'm talking about with that. Mo, I have to put like electrolytes in my water right now to stay hydrated since I'm nursing. And so I put like flavored water, and Mo calls it, she hates it for some reason. She hates the flavored water, and she calls it dessert water. She's like, she'll ask me for a drink from my cup. She's like, is there dessert water in this? I'm like, yep.
Is it fruit infused or just
No,
like,
it's literally
meal
just-
or something like that?
Well, it's the electrolyte, so it's like
Oh,
those
okay.
liquid IV type of things.
Okay, yeah.
The off-brand though, because they're
Those
so
are-
expensive.
Liquid IV is pretty good. I like that stuff, but you're right, it's super expensive.
Okay, well, Target's brand is a little
I think I
less expensive.
got some of those for Steve for a present, and I
Yeah.
ended up using them.
Oh, they're so good. I love it.
I'm like, sorry, I stole your present that I gave you. Okay, so I go to the products here.
Oh yeah, I can do that
And
part if you
then
want to start.
I should probably do it myself, right?
Okay.
So that I figure out how to do that. Okay, and then back to, I'm guessing that's
Yeah,
comments.
just let me know anything you need.
Oh, that's polls. Which one of these is comments?
Oh, you want to look? I'll come over. But let me hand you your stuff
Yes,
first. Do you want
awesome.
to start with those? Or do you want to start with...
I will probably start, I will paint them.
Okay.
And then,
Comments is just this little talk bubble right there.
oh, that one. That would make sense, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. This one was fun to do. I was figuring out what I wanted to do for a kit this week. And looking at these, you might recognize these blanks. They're the back portion of a set that we used to sell of doorway blanks, which we still have those. We might do some more with these in the future, but I really love this detail which we'll use later in the kit. And then it's really great at the back as well, because when you do a bracelet, it's always nice to have one connection at the back. So they really work perfect for that. So I will show the paint technique, and then I'm gonna work with these that I did yesterday because they're already dry. Isn't that pretty? It's gonna be really the super easiest kind of technique. And I'm gonna do 3 of them just so you get a good idea of the variety. And I just used every single color in the set. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to make sure these shaken up and then kind of scatter the colors around. And then I'm just gonna steal one of these head pins. Ains, do you want to watch comments for a second so that just in case I miss anything while I'm demoing? And you don't have to be precise, like doing dots all over. You can kind of be somewhat playful with your pile. Random. Did I get all the colors in there? Yeah, I think I did. The great thing, Jean, show us your heart-shaped necklace. This is vintage, right? Like, it's an old filigree. I put it on this morning because I'm like, it's almost Valentine's Day. Isn't that great? And then these are actually vintage glass pearls. I've had this forever. It's got a box clasp on the back, which we used to use way back in the day until they stopped making them here in the US. So that really dates it. So I think this is pre-vintage actually, but so I thought it would be kind of fitting for today. Okay, yes. Now, so what we do is we're just going to plunk it down on top of our pile and then kind of press it down a little bit so that the colors spread and then reveal the look. So depending on your pattern, it can be, like this one's a very sideways looking pattern. And I would say this one, it'll dry to be somewhat like this. If you don't like it, let's say you're like, oh, I hate this. I don't like the way it's turning out at all. You can absolutely just wipe it off and start again. So we're gonna do that with this one. And maybe I'll go a little bit more vertical with these. I really love the way the dragonfly wing becomes very purple in this combination. And then really I'm just using the primitive green as kind of a blender. Do that again.
It looks good. I'm just gonna center it a teeny bit.
Sure,
That's so pretty.
perfect. And that's basically how we do each of these. So I'm going to set this off to the side and clean up my mess a little bit so I can show you the construction of these pieces. So yesterday, you don't have to wait like a whole day. You can wait like just until it's dry. But just for our purposes, so I didn't have to delay, I just went ahead and prepped 3 of these. And so I'm going to take 2 of them that I feel like go the best together, which I think I will use, we'll probably use these 2 for the bracelet. So all we're going to do is we're going to take these very large barrel pliers and we're going to gently curve. Now I've had this sitting for just about 24 hours, so I want to be careful. The sooner you work with it, like when I did this bracelet, I think I waited maybe 30 minutes, and so it's always a little riskier if you let it sit longer that you will disturb the finish. So I'm going to be careful as I'm bending this. Be a little bit more ginger with it and do it a little bit at a time till I get the curve that I want. This one I wasn't so careful with. I just kind of bent it quicker. But we're going to do this, just slowly working it. So you can see, and then if you get any kinks like this, what I usually like to do is just take my plier around it and shape it. Or if it's really particular, then I'll take a little bit of chain nose to get that bend out. So this is pretty similar to this original that I did, which fits my wrist pretty well. So you can adjust this to your size wrist. Mine, my wrist size is about a 6. So if you have like a 7 or an 8, you can make it a little bit less of a steep curve. You also have a little bit of wiggle room with which hole you put the filigree in as well. So that is how we do that. Pretty easy, easy peasy. And then for the construction, this is really easy, the rest of this. So I've just bent both sides, and then I have this filigree fits perfectly in these 4, with these 4 connection points. So you're gonna turn your filigree, which I'll take, Ainsley's kit piece uses the same one. So you wanna turn it so that these pieces are up, and then these holes here are what you're going to connect into the second hole. So if we look from the back, there's 4 holes here, and I've connected it into the outer one.
You're fine. I'm just gonna zoom out.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Should be a easier to see.
And then I've just used some of these JR40s at the end, and a little bit of this loop chain and a clasp. I did a little bit of reliefing with our reliefing block on the top to really bring out the high points of the brass. And then you can see that it just connects at the back. You could make this chain longer if you wanted. You could also change the curve of the bracelet and connect into these smaller ones if you wanted less color behind your filigree.
Everyone thinks you're a genius, Jean,
Oh.
with the blanks.
Thank you.
I love it
I've-
because it's so thick. Like, it looks thick, but it's so lightweight
Yeah,
when
it's
you use the blank.
great. I really had never thought of using these as a bracelet before, which duh, we've had them for so many years.
Yeah.
But it really is perfect because it's got this beautiful decorative edge on it. So moving along to the pendant, this one is super simple too, which all we're gonna do, which when we're done, you're gonna have leftover that you can make out of anything else. So we're just gonna use our metal shears, and I will eyeball this because it's not super integral to the pendant. You don't wanna make it super long, so you can see it's about the distance between these two holes is the distance between this one and here. And the reason that the length of it matters that you cut it is because I've used this filigree, the loop on the filigree that comes with it to bend over and secure it. If it was too long, that's not going to wrap around as nicely. So it's secured here on this end with the jump ring, and then on this end, the loop is wrapped around to hold it in. So, and I would say with this one, I would make it just slightly shorter than I did last time to make that process easier. So that's what I will do. So we're gonna put this a little closer to the hole this time. And now I did this before painting it last time, so we'll see how this works this time. Looks like I'm a little off from getting on camera. Look at that. Look at how crooked I made it.
Oh,
We'll turn it around and fix it.
I'm just moving this so we can
So
see
we'll
your
see,
piece a little more.
this will be an experiment to see if how this works with having it pre-painted. Not too bad. I did disturb the finish a little bit on there, but not too bad. If you had, let's say, like a piece of scrap that you had pre-painted and wanted to use it. But again, just like we do on others, we can use the metal file. Normally I would just hammer the edges, but I don't want to disturb the paint that I've already done. You can for sure cut this beforehand and then come back later and paint it. So
Realms of the Deep.
That's
Ooh,
that.
I like how you named that.
yeah, thank
That's
you.
fun.
It seemed very regal to me with the filigree.
Yeah.
So that's your main piece, and then we're just wrapping some filigree around. We have some drops. I'll show you the paint techniques on these drops as well. And then I've just glued flat backs to several of the pieces that come with this set. Which, where did the earrings go for that?
For this set?
Yeah.
Oh, let's look. I can
They
find
are.
them. There's some right
Oh,
here.
here they are. They're just right over here. So here's the earrings that come with, and these feature the same art metal drop on the bottom. I painted it two different ways on the drop and on the earrings and then the pendant. So we'll go over the differences between the two of those.
If you don't take those home, I might steal them.
These?
Yeah.
So I liked how squatty they were, you
Yeah.
know, like it made it feel a little different.
They're really easy to wear. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
so light and they're so impactful.
They are very lightweight. So let me set those aside so we can look at those while we're doing the rest of this. Don't worry about, like someone was saying that their cutting would be wonky. There's tricks that you can do to make sure it's not. You can put a ruler on there. You can use a little bit of mechanical pencil to mark it first. That's great. But don't be afraid of it. And there's all this fun extra things. I was thinking that you could make another extra pair of earrings out of the rest of this. Just like a cool filigree, not filigree, but cool rectangle blank.
I think
pair.
that we should soon bring back the blanks packs, full
Yeah.
packs, because blanks with your technique you just did are so cheap,
Yeah.
but really impactful. You can sell your paint techniques for really expensive. So if you guys are looking for a really cost-effective way to make some money, blanks are obviously an amazing way to go.
For sure. I did a couple of squares earlier when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for the set.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just really so easy to just put down a pile of paint, smush it into it, and then let it dry.
Totally.
Okay, so for these, it's really simple. I just did 2 different color effects on these, but on each of the pieces, it starts with the dragon eye at the bottom. And depending on how thick you want it to be, you can even apply it with the tip of your bottle. But I will be using the brush anyway to, so on all of them, to blend it. Sorry if I'm trailing off. Get so into your creating, right? I might zoom just a little bit in here so you can see a little bit more what's going on. And then just dragging that into the other color. So for the earrings, I just went in with the dragonfly wing. Now this one, it's kind of cool. The dragonfly wing really shows purple on top of the art metal. And then you get more of the blue color when you're on a lighter metal. So it's kind of fun the way that changes. So for the earrings, I just went with another layer of the thicker layer of the dragonfly wing. And then for the pendant, this one, I did an additional step of mermaid fin on top. So we're gonna take that. So I did flyaway brush, did a little bit of tip, a little bit on the bottoms, and then I took some more mermaid fin on the top. And it's really just that simple. And then we let it dry, and then you get these 2 variations. You could make them super match if you wanted to. But like these even have a little bit of the mermaid fin on the bottom, and then more of the purple on the top. Really a lot of variety there. I think I like the new pendant that I did, wherever I threw it. The colorway on this one a little bit better than the original even. Fun, but that's it. So I'll have to look back to see if you guys have any other questions, but I think we got them all.
Yay.
Yeah.
Is it Ainsley's turn for the knot?
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you want to show your pendant? Let me just clean this up for you, and she can demonstrate her kit. There's a few things on that whole pendant.
For her.
I'll just get these out of
Setting
the
up
way.
your little station and jewelry. Love it.
I don't even know what we did before. No, I do know what we did before we had the silicone mats. It was like we were doing it on paper, and Mackie is like being all careful
Yeah.
to not get it on the paper
my
so we wouldn't
gosh.
have to switch it out.
Crazy.
It's insane, right?
Okay, cool.
There's all your demo pieces and your chain.
I'll switch her Carter too. Mystic Talisman.
Yeah. Come, Mr. Tallyman.
Hey.
Not the same word, but
Close enough.
what do they call that when it's a word that sounds like it but isn't it? Somebody would know that, right?
Lisa said, great demo. Thank
Oh.
you.
Thanks, Lisa. I think I just threw my blank in the chain on this one, so we'll just pretend I didn't do that.
So, a couple of people are saying yes, please. I wrote a comment that said,
Here we go.
should we bring back the mixed blanks bulk pack?
Oh, yeah,
So we can
definitely.
do that.
Hi everybody. So I'm just gonna show you really quickly how we're gonna be doing this knot. It's very easy. No problem doing it. There is gonna be leftover chain too afterwards. We need extra just to make it easier for us to be tying it.
So you want to do the knot first and then the painting and
Yes.
assembly of the pendant?
Yes.
Just because you're working with a clean tray. Or that's,
Clean mat.
Yeah, clean mat always helps, right?
Let me see if I can. So we're going to fold this a few times. There's a lot of chain here, so I do need to. Actually, I'm just gonna go full person so that I can see. So I'm here. Doesn't need to be perfectly lined up. This is one fold. Then we're gonna do the same thing again. And then that's another fold. Pop you back over here. And so we have those folds. All we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around our hands. Cross, using my fingers to keep these separated. And then pull through. Okay, you can see I have our knot going here. Now I have these two strands here, and we're just going to take our jump ring here. And we are going to feed them through. These are connected together. We just feed this through here. And then we're just going to adjust our knot so that it is sitting higher. So we'll just loosen it. Loosen it up and slowly shift it up so that it's nice and tight.
Do you find that it helps to put like the end of your paintbrush or something in there to move it, or it's not really necessary?
I didn't find it necessary. You can see I'm making movement up on this. It's just, you're just loosening and tightening, and it's pretty simple.
Oh, Jean, do we want to look at your design mix a little more too, right?
Yeah, I was gonna or the pendant set.
Oh, are you gonna paint on that? What are you?
Well,
planning
I
for
think
that?
we were just gonna show it because we want to make sure we only have a very limited.
So we
quantity
have
of
our
them.
knot
So
like this.
Okay.
but I think we went through that. But this is actually Ainsley's design mix, so I'll probably have her do a layout.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah.
all we do is, depending on how long you want it, we're just gonna clip the excess. And I just kept the tendrils pretty close to the same length. And so I'm just going to clip.
So you give it a haircut after.
Yes.
That just landed on my arm.
I happened to Sawyer earlier when I was working on something over there. He's like, you hit me in my arm.
Mm-hmm. So cool.
Oh, looks like I was a little uneven in my haircut. That's okay, we can fix it.
That's me cutting my own hair.
Like, just, it's okay.
Yeah, close enough.
Do you ever watch those Brad Mondo things where he's reacting to them
Yeah.
cutting their hair?
Yeah.
And then we have our knot that's finished.
I'd be on one of them.
It's so easy. And we're done for that part. Okay. Clear our little clippings out of here.
So did you paint your dolphin first or before you put it together?
Yes, I did paint it first.
You know what? You could also just explain what you did for painting,
Mhm.
and then we can move on to your. Yeah, why don't you just explain what you paint, how you painted it, then you can assemble it.
Sure.
I think might be good.
Yeah, because you can even do that after too,
True.
later if you wanted it to look the same.
Do you guys just want to? Do you guys want to see how I painted, or do you just want me to explain it?
I think just explain.
So basically, all you're doing is you're taking Dragonite and you're putting it on the tips of these little, I don't know what you call, like fins here, tip of the tail, tip of these little like finny kind of like wispy thingies, and then you do mermaid fin at the base of those, and then you do take those and then you add little individual points of both those colors to the little fins here.
Do you want to show them on
Yeah, I
here?
will in a second. I'm just explaining.
Oh, she's saying you can hold up the painted
Right,
one.
right.
while
No, I
you're
know.
explaining.
I was gonna do that in a second too.
Oh, like again? Or what?
Yes. Not again, but like just I wanted to point out on here.
Oh, because does the paint cover it or something?
And then we just need to make sure that we're leaving the brass visible. So you can see the brass is visible on this piece up here. If I just pull this down a little bit, I know.
Looks like you have a mirrored pair. I think the dolphins are facing the same direction, right? Or did you
It's-
find
She's
out?
got,
So
yeah.
I have one that's a different, it's mirrored because our stock is limited.
Yeah.
So because all of the amount that we have is going to them,
Yeah.
then I have to use the mirrored one
Her demo
because
piece is the opposite direction.
Okay.
If you guys really love this piece and we sell completely out of this kit and they're all gone, we might consider adding it to the line. So
So
this
we're
piece,
just
well, there beautiful and there are,
gorgeous.
yes, they do come in both sides. So we just have to figure out if it's something that people just have to have more of, and then we would probably do both sides.
and then we're just leaving as much of this on the scales of this raw brass open so that we still have that really golden color. And then I also did a little bit of the mermaid fin right in here in his eye area, and his eyeball is the dragon eye.
So you used the detail brush to do this
Yes.
and did it in a very deliberate way
Yes.
versus just a paint effect.
Yes, and it's really not that hard. You're just basically filling in the colors.
Yeah, it looks pretty basic. Not to say that your design is basic, Ainsley.
No, I know.
But it's, yeah,
Pretty easy to follow.
nothing crazy.
Plus the photos are really nicely close up. If you want to mirror match that on the website, you can get a really good clear view of that.
Oh, yeah.
Bench blocks to your left.
I'm looking for a hole punch.
Oh, you probably don't have one out here. I'll get you one. I always find that it helps to hammer it first because it will distort it.
Did you use the small hammer for this? And did you use the back corner?
You know what? That one was already hammered. So when I picked it up
It
I don't-
looks
from a long time ago,
just
so
do whatever. It's just a hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna hammer the
yeah,
edges.
small for sure.
Yeah.
was like a sink base, an antique one.
Ooh.
And it's interesting because they do call these like Roman dolphins or Asian dolphins. They're referred to, even though it looks nothing like a dolphin. But it's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It sparked a whole debate where everybody was telling her that that's not a dolphin.
That's
But
so
that's
funny.
how they depicted them, interestingly enough, in Rome and other ancient cultures.
Oh, well, it's fittings.
All I did is made sure to use a bunch of different angles. So I did the corner, did the tip, I did flat. It'll add a lot more dimension because that piece is very dimensional.
Yeah, cute. I'm excited to see how you did this.
Just really flatten
And she's
this out.
asking if you're about your haircut. She said you haven't gotten your haircut. What did you decide?
I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. I need to decide here, but it also just means I can't have my bangs anymore.
Oh, you're on that screen.
And then I'll still need that bench block here. So all I'm doing is lining up parallel down to the bottom. And I'll be punching, just making sure I'm lined up here up close. Can I have a larger hammer?
The what?
Larger hammer?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
one that
Did you
has a
use
bigger.
that to flatten it?
Yeah, to flatten it, just because the base is a little
It's a little quicker.
wider. Just sized up my hammer. It's just gonna be a little faster, and all I'm doing is flattening this out. I have to flip it over because you see we have this little bevel going on here. Okay. Now all we do is we center it and we string our wire through and wire it on.
If I had some wire for you, which I don't. But just show them the
Okay.
the piece and how you wired it on.
So all I did is I threaded it through our holes that we create, and then through the filigree, and then we wrap it around the filigree in the back to get it extra secure. I only looped it like twice through the front holes because these holes aren't very big, so just go twice through with your wire, and the rest just feed it through these little intricate spaces here to secure it extra.
And now she's going to go through her design.
And then just quick explanation, this is just a Loctite glue here with our Roman or Asian dolphin. And all I did is I just put it kind of, I'm going to pretend with my nozzle here. Or we're going to pretend with a nozzle, I'm not actually going to do it. But I just globbed it all in this gap, right along the edges, getting those points that are a little closer and less deep, really nice and filled, all the way around, keep going, and then around these little gaps here, and then I made sure to just take my tip and then line it all over the edge, make sure we have the glue right on this edge that's going to be sealing in, and then plopping it down, like this, and then I just really press down on it to seal it nicely in, and then let it sit.
Can you just quickly go through the construction on the rest of the necklace so they can see the order, and then
So we have edge jump ring, and then edge jump ring at the top. Then we get into our JR40s, right?
yeah, yeah.
So we have our JR40, we have a singular one into that edge jump ring, then we have 2 into the 1, and then 1, and then 2, and then we have our, we take our head pin and we do a wrapped loop on each side, then we do the 2, the 1, the 2,
Yeah, I think it follows the same pattern.
head pin, 2, 1, 2, head pin, 2, 1, 2, head pin, and then we have our chain. We also have our leather back here. So you just have our edge jump rings at the top going through, and then same thing here, and then we have our JR40 connected out, and then our clasp is on the side.
Awesome.
And the bead order is gray, blue. This has some color variation. It might not be
Like
green.
peacocky,
It might be
right?
blue. It's like a very
Yeah.
like peacocky color. And then back to our blue. That should give you a feel for that.
All right.
And then earrings are very basic. Just add a little bit of paint to change the color here at the bottom. And then string your bead through here. And it won't come out. So you'll just have to straighten this out and then bend it back. All right.
Mom had a good point about your dragon, was that it looked kind of like Black Hills Gold.
Oh
How
yeah.
it has all those
Kinda
different
does,
coloring
yeah.
variants.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
This is the design mix. I'm going to pop it up here. Ocean Floor Design Mix. So we have a lot of really awesome finished pieces here. The
I'm gonna
sea
pick
turtle.
Pick a few of them up, and because you did that in iridescent, and that was a casting
With
and-
resin, a glue, a resin, patina back there, and then more, not
right. So each
more
of those
paint.
is hand done. So
Yes.
it is a
labor intensive
yeah.
piece.
Are you doing a layout or are you just looking at the beads? Because I can get you whatever mat you need.
We can do a layout in a second here. I'm just going through what we have here
What
first.
do you want for a mat? Do you want a fancy background or do you want a bead mat?
Just a bead mat, so
Okay.
nothing rolls away. Then we have this gorgeous sea star pendant here that's by Heather. This really cool sea glass piece. It's pretty feather. This amazing leaf. I know we've painted this in the past. This piece is amazing to paint. And you can do some really cool effects on here. I think we did raku on this last time we offered this piece. And I don't think we really have any more of this now.
that leaf.
I think this
it-
is like the
really
last
Any effect would look beautiful on there.
last bit of that. These gorgeous pre-painted etched blanks here. Slightly curved in.
You should probably check your charge, Jean.
Oh, on my phone.
I should, yeah.
Oh,
Does
how's
that,
it doing?
it looks pretty good.
Okay, that's good.
And more amazing beads. We'll do, oops, sorry guys. We'll do a quick layout here as I scoop these onto the mat.
Wow, that was impressive.
If I did it any slower, they were gonna get caught.
I know. Like
Had to do magician style.
Like the part in The Grinch where Jim Carrey pulls the tablecloth out. That was an accident. It wasn't supposed to, not everything was supposed to stay on there.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love that movie of trivia.
Let me think about this for 2 seconds so I can gather my thoughts of what I would want to do.
Creativity on the fly. So what was your inspiration with this mix?
I just wanted it to feel like nice and oceany, and but also like more like we have these, which is very like the bottom of the ocean type of rocks going on here. Lots of the blues, some cool purple greens, little bit of like vegetation life. That's kind of like my overall concept, is including the moss, the green, the sand, the water, all of that.
It would be cool to do like just one big chunky necklace out of it too.
Yeah, I know.
Like really like collected. It feels
Yeah.
like you could do all sorts of different layers of like random lengths and things.
Oh, I'm gonna go get. I got a good example of that.
So tell me about what you're doing, since I'm behind.
I am doing a few layouts. We have earrings here, earrings here. This is the start of a bracelet or a necklace. And so I'm just slowly going through and using up the pieces that I have here. Starting a bracelet over here.
Cool. I love it. I also want to show these guys the magic that can happen when you just use everything like Aunt Jean said, all in one. I have a fairy version of when you just use it all randomly. Tell me if that's on screen.
Yeah, that's on screen. It's perfect.
So when you just use all of your design mix as one, that's what Aunt Jean was talking about. It turns into this crazy creative clustery thing, so you can do that with any of the design mixes that we put together for you guys.
Yeah, I love that kind of thought of making it feel like very, especially because you have that long leaf in the middle of it, and
Yeah.
the way you were originally laying out some of those longer pieces.
I was
together.
thinking about doing that, like clustering it off of the leaf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, and you could, yeah, because you're using that as part of like the base of the necklace. Very cool.
Lots of these really cool, I don't know what these beads are, but they're like little discs here. Very
They're almost
glowy.
like a Hishi size.
Yeah, they are very much that Hishi size. They're really cool.
Is there a fairy on the necklace that you showed?
Yes, there is.
Oh, mine, yes.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
saying that
it,
fairy is awesome.
thanks. I've got the monarch that I had painted and we UV printed, and then that fairy layered over
that was
her.
the middle of the,
Yeah.
yeah, we did that a while back. It's really great. I tend to like symmetrical and very asymmetrical designs. Symmetrical in my gigantic earrings and asymmetrical in my necklaces mostly. What about you guys that are watching? Do you prefer symmetry or asymmetry or both when you're designing? I'm
And
curious.
Jean, do you want me to go over yours again? Or do any painting on it or anything? Or is it sold through?
I don't think we're sold through. This one, I think, because these are all, we could probably, yeah, we probably have
Okay.
enough that we can do that if we want.
I'll trade Jane's.
Okay.
Very cute. All right. Are you okay if I pull this up, Ainsley?
Heidi says
Okay.
symmetry.
Symmetry.
Cheryl, the fairy is a piece that's from Vintage, and I'm not sure if we still have that or not. Well,
Do you mind looking that up, Sawyer? Or yeah, one of you guys maybe?
I can check to see if we still offer that.
What piece?
The fairy from that necklace that I was showing as an example for your clustering all the DMs. I actually love that idea lately, is just taking all the design mixes and making them huge,
I
clustery.
did find it, so we
gorgeousness.
do have some.
Oh, from the website?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think
Are you gonna pin it?
It's named Art Deco Angel on there, but I did go ahead and put it in here. Cheryl, for you.
Okay, I'm
The link
going
in.
to show you guys. We did that last week. I'm gonna do a fun painting quick on the.
Did you swap out to that product yet?
Now I did.
Okay. I can never tell if I'm behind.
No, I'm off my game. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done a full presentation, so I'm a little behind. Okay, here are some of those. Other than this, are we gonna do anything else today? I want to make sure we covered everything.
I think we showed all the kits, and we've got those too. So
Okay.
that's about it, I think.
Cool beans. I know these copper pieces are gonna go really well because I always love to pull a paint out when you're doing a drip effect that is similar in the color of the background. It really marries things together really well. I'm just gonna do pour art and see how it turns out on this piece.
Ooh, Lucine says both. I like asymmetry when I'm using unusual pieces or inspired by Victorian or Art Nouveau jewelry. When I'm inspired by vintage Czech or Art Deco pieces, then I like it symmetrical.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, because like sometimes even the center, just the centerpiece where you're adding a lot of different pieces to it, it's almost like making a painting or a picture in the middle.
Totally.
And then your beading can be symmetrical too.
Yeah, that's a great point. Mermaid fin. So I've just used all of the colors from the kit, and then I've left out the iridescent gold because I'll go in at the end after these have all dried. And so I'm just gonna tap that like so. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. Always love the close-ups. And then you can always go back in with more colors that you feel like are missing after you've painted it up. If you want more paint to drip off of a more raised surface, you can always go in with one of your stains. It'll make that paint kind of slip off. So you can do that with the primitive green.
Should we let somebody claim this painted set?
Yeah, you can do that. I also did it on ones that we can replace. But yeah, if you want to, I can paint the whole set.
What do you guys think? Should we paint the whole set and then say ready, set, go and give you a word to be able to claim it if you bought it? Or we can just finish up with just a couple pieces. It's up to you guys. Shout out if you want us to do
Yeah,
that.
that's a good way to do it. Just tell us if you would want the painted version that we're doing right now. love using the heat tool to freeze your painting in its place. Like if you don't want the paint to keep flowing, use that heat tool and everything will stay right in view. I'm gonna let those cool off before I add the iridescent gold. All right, let's do another one. If no one says it, I'll keep doing the ones that I can replace in case no
Yep.
one says it.
That's smart.
Okay, I'm going to base this out since this is a really slippery bead cap, which we did just do last week. I used turmeric. That's a great way to make it have a good base, but I'm going to do something right now too. I'm going to add a bunch of copper and then I'm going to heat tool it so that we get a thick base.
Oh, Cheryl says, I'd buy painted.
Okay. That means I get to do a fun painted leaf for you. All right, let's use that heat tool again. And this one you can do while it's still hot so that it kind of sticks to it a little more. Almost like soldering paint onto your piece. Cooking that paint a little bit, which is the goal right now, just making it nice and crusty. Like I said, usually we don't do too many techniques with the heat tool, but just because it's not needed. But this
Be a
one,
good shortcut, right?
yeah, shortcut. And this one you would use it specifically so that it can stick to it. Do some neon blue. That on its side so you can start to see some of the. I also like to do these little dots on these. Oh, I can hear Rocco.
It's like, you gotta get done,
He's
Mom.
like, wait, why are you
Come on,
doing that
Mom."
now? Okay. This was neon blue I was just using. Then I'll do some dragonfly wing as well. We'll do that around the top. I really love to just show off how easy it is to use our paints. Like you don't have to do any crazy detailing or...
Oh, I like the dots. It makes it seem like Avatar.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, maybe that's why I was doing it. We've been watching Avatar a ton lately, Mo and I.
It's so pretty. It's like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. Like real dots on a flower. And then I'll just go over with some of this primitive green, like that. Those are fun. Okay, so this is a really good way to get that paint to stick is heat tool it. And then I will cover up these two. I think I'm just gonna do this last leaf here with some paint. And then I'll call it done. Let you have a chance to paint the rest, whoever got the painted version. I love how these paints work. Aunt Jane, you did these, right? This paint set?
Yes.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I wanted something that was like lighter but still had like some of those deep tones. With
Yeah,
the
it's amazing. literally amazing.
Try to do something that doesn't like, look the same,
Yeah,
right?
of course. That's the amazing part. Obviously, you can do thousands of things with paints. We're just trying to show you, anything from the corner of the creative zone to get your guys' juices flowing. Because sometimes you might watch these and say, oh my gosh, hey, I could do this with that, or do it just slightly different. So if we can spark something in you guys, that's our goal. Let me also put up the paint set one more time, because I just felt like I wanted to show off your paint set a little more, Jean, and I thought this was a good chance to do that, because I think they just work so well together. Insanely gorgeous. All right, and then I'm going to cover the shells with some of the iridescent gold.
I think we might have a little bit of a slow internet issue right now. So if there are people's comments that we're missing, we promise we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
My comments just aren't loading at the moment, so.
Yeah, I noticed that too, because I know Sawyer's commenting back to a lot of people, and I'm not seeing many of them, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just something weird. Okay, and then with these, I'm just gonna also just top with iridescent gold to, sometimes I'm just lazy and I'll just use my finger and just do a full like tap and spread on those. If you want to, you can totally use a glove and just choose to paint this way. That might be a fun live, by the way, is just doing finger painting with gloves.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
Or
cool?
like those little fingertip
Yeah.
things too, if you don't like wearing a whole
Oh, yeah,
one,
yeah.
you
Those
know?
things that look so weird.
We won't say.
But they're very handy. They are really handy, though. I'm going to pop this bubble. There we go. Okay. Well, guys, I love those last paintings. Really wanted to show off that paint set because it's truly incredible. So anything else we want to talk about before we say bye? Let's make sure I have
Oh, I finally loaded again for me.
oh, good.
And so, yeah, so Wendy said it's fine. I think the broadcast is fine. It just didn't want to load for us.
Oh, okay.
So, great combo. Internet is amazing, and the whole streaming experience is always perfect, said Lisa.
Oh,
So, awesome.
thank you, Lisa.
Love it, love it. Matthew, this is beautiful and brilliant. Finger cots is the term.
Love it.
All right.
Finger painting is the way to go. Maybe we'll talk about doing that.
Like a
Would be-
whole day
Yeah,
with
just
no brush day.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You'll see how it can be even faster too by doing it that way, which is crazy to think. Okay. Well, I think everyone did a really good job at commenting today. Sawyer, good job. Mom, thanks for hanging out the whole time. I loved today's. It was a really nice change up than our fairy, still fairy, but really, really mermaidy and deep. I loved that each person that designed today of us, we all did our own kind of special take on the theme. So you guys got to take advantage of that. Does anyone want to come say bye that demoed today?
Looks like Ainsley's designing
Ainsley's
for next week.
busy. She's
Come
gonna,
over.
okay, she's
No, I'm coming.
slowly coming up.
We're red for, it doesn't match the theme, but it's almost Valentine's Day. So
There you go. Oh,
We are not matching for once.
We're not.
did you see Peggy's
I am very
comment
red.
about the hair,
Glad.
short hair thing? Are you gonna cut your hair soon?
Oh yeah, we addressed
We
that.
addressed
What
that.
were you saying?
She's not sure if she's gonna do it because she likes her bangs and she doesn't want the short bangs and the short
Yeah,
hair,
that
so.
would be tough.
So yeah. What did you say the other day? I like it again because I straightened it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my hair.
So
So
she
I
likes
was
it
hating
again?
it for a minute there, And then I straightened it and I was like, okay, it's actually cooperating, but it's just like my third day hair of like, I can't quite wash it yet. And
Don't
then
love it.
I don't love it. And when my hair is short, I can always love it.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, I feel
And
that.
I can wash it more.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll see you. Oh, Logan. Is Logan on the masterclass? Who's the masterclass tomorrow? Do we know?
Logan's scheduled.
Okay,
Yeah.
probably going to be Logan. So you'll get to see his cool stuff. He's super creative and smart. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.